Hey everyone. Please support what I do to help keep Greyhawk alive by subscribing to the channel. Also, please consider becoming a channel member to get early access to videos, exclusive live chats, quarterly adventure modules, and more. Thanks, and enjoy the show. People have been asking about my role-playing game, Adventures Dark and Deep, and that's what I want to talk about today on Greyhawk Ragnar. Adventures Dark and Deep is a role-playing game I designed. Let's see, I guess 2010 is when the first of the series came out. It's consisted of 3 books. There's a player's manual, a game master's toolkit, and a bestiary, and it's a beast of a bestiary. The core concept is that this is what first edition would have looked like, or could have looked like, if Gary Gygax had stayed at TSR in 1985 rather than getting kicked out of the company. He had been talking about his plans for the future of the game in Dragon Magazine for years, and he had lists of these are the new classes we're going to do and things like that. And over the years, on various online fora, he had been asked questions about what he was planning to do, and he gave some ideas and some hints about his plans. He had published stuff in other games and for other games that were kind of derived from what he had already started working on for the new game. And I kind of took all that stuff, all that material, the Dragon Magazine articles, all the Q&As online, and all that good stuff, and convention stuff that he had done, and I kind of put it all together. I used first edition AD&D as the base, and I added in all this stuff, and I started to make the changes that he was talking about and so forth. And I made a few tweaks of my own. And that was the core concept. It was, what if Gary had stayed at TSR? What would second edition have looked like? So it's not about second edition. It's a first edition game. And it's been very popular. People really seem to like it. It's basically first edition with um, uh, bards and jesters and savants and mystics and that kind of thing. And it incorporates all of the errata and stuff like that. It's got a new combat system that's sort of based on the way he did initiative at conventions, as per reports. And it's got a bunch of optional rules, and it kind of takes in stuff from various first edition things, put them all together. So that's where you get these 3 books. So now here we are in 2024, and it's due for a bit of a refit. It's been a while. I've learned a lot in terms of layout and design and stuff like that, and I want to take another crack at it. So we're coming out with the 2 core rule books. So there's going to be another bestiary, and it's going to be sort of like this. It's a hefty tome. The original one was about 450 pages. The new one is going to be um, over 500 because, for one thing, the typeface is a lot bigger because I'm getting older and I can't read my own books. But the big change is that the 2 other books, the Player's Manual and the Game Master's Toolkit, are getting combined into one core rule book. Um, and over the years, the errata have cropped up. There's been some questions and so forth. That's all getting clarified and so forth, adding some new material. So it's kind of branching off from that original core concept, and it's become its own thing. There's a whole line of supplements that have nothing to do with Gary's original stuff, and even in the core books that are coming out as part of the Kickstarter that's happening April 23rd through May 23rd. There will be a link below. There's some additional material. So centaurs as a player character race. There are some new classes like the Scald, which is a sort of barbarian bard, and there's a Blackguard, which is kind of an anti-paladin class under the Cavalier class, things like that. There's additions to the skill system, and so forth. The whole thing is being completely re-edited. The whole thing is being moved out of the open game license. That is being removed from the book, and it's being published under the auspices of the material that Wizards of the Coast released into Creative Commons. So, so that's a change. And it's basically going to be very cleaned up, very much more polished. A lot of typos and all that stuff is going away. All the errata is being incorporated into it. There is that new material, and so it's going to be a lot cooler, a lot more easy to use, and a lot, just a lot better overall. Things do need a little facelift every once in a while, but this is more than a facelift because there is actually new material. There's new races, new classes. There's new magic items. There's just stuff all over the place that's getting redone and added to. So. Anyway, that is the core concept of what the Adventures Dark and Deep core rulebooks is, and I hope you will decide to support the Kickstarter. Thanks very much.
Thanks for watching today's video. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Below you'll find links to my Patreon, which helps make these videos possible. You'll also find the web store where you can buy my books, and my blog where you'll find all sorts of free downloads and other articles. Thanks, and have a great day.